EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. A handoff left, Elliott. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 13, Prescott. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And 3rd and 8 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well where you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
368!
A 1st down throw coming for Dalton. A throw over the middle taken in by Troutman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering it. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, Whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
Steps away to his left, and he wisely will throw that one away.
There's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Dalton. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf. Sack knocks them backwards, and that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Play action now, Dalton. And that is incomplete. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that third down pass. Brings up fourth. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. The first time out, they had the interception. That stopped their drive 3 points the other way, so now they work from behind.
They do, but he's got to walk out on the field like he's working from ahead. All right, he's got to walk out like, hey, I just threw a touchdown pass, because all eyes on his team are on him. They gain their confidence from the way he reacts, his demeanor, and how he plays. He's got to show that he has confidence in himself.
Elliott going to get it again on second down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
But that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Now Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Ferguson. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
Fourth down, Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he is going to have the Cowboys' first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down. Here's Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches. They'll throw again. Prescott. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And the Cowboys are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Inside give to Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Throwing, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott able to connect with Dalton Schultz, and the Cowboys have taken the lead. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Passing, it's Dalton. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Dalton sets up play action. Eluding the pressure right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
They'll try on 4th. Here's Dalton. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. On play action, Prescott. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. They'll give to Elliott. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Off the play fake, Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. Maher able to put this one through, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, they're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
Jabril Cox. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. In motion left is Thomas. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 41.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop 1 pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. And he fires one that's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Dalton. He's going to sling this deep downfield.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The slot man in motion right. Dalton off play action. He's going to let it go again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Play action here with Dalton. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph.
Past the 20, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because Those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate. Those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
That one complete to Elliott. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And again, it's Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Micah Parsons
Picks up his second sack of the afternoon. After the sack on first down, Dalton. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Fourth down. Dalton wants to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And it'll be a turnover on downs. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On second down, Elliott once more. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, 43 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns in 21. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Dalton's throw complete there to Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The first down throw coming for Dalton. Again, it's Johnson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Play fake. Here's Dalton. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that.
Touchdown, Saints. Juwan Johnson, 35 yards. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open. He has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And Prescott, his third interception. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one, because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do?
Crossing route catch made by Johnson. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
3 quarters in the books. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. First and 10 for Dalton. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
A run there on first down, and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
Now Prescott on 4th down. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
And he's got this down to the 35.
90 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker,
but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Well, Prescott here to throw.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the intercept. Touchdown, Cowboys!
Dak Prescott able to connect with Dalton Schultz. And the Cowboys have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
And that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a 1st down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the 1st down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Marr now to add the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
There's Chris Olave.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Chris Olave.
93 yards.
And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
It's complete, and he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's got room. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys have made it a 3-score game now here in the 4th. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. It's do or die for Dalton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere, they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns him there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time, the tight end gets them.
Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And they will not get the 2 points here, but it wouldn't have mattered anyways. And that will be the final snap of the ball game. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for 2. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that 2-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride too. They stopped the 2-point play, even though, as you noted, it did not matter. So both teams battled to the end.